As you were at the top of the table over in the Vanarama National League, as of course Chesterfield still oust Hollywood FC, that's right, Deadpool FC, Wrexham who sit in second spot. But who's going to make amends this coming weekend? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Pam's giving a prediction video today. Look forward to match number 11 over in the Vanarama National League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you're a bit, smash your subscribe button, bang to all things National League related, Bum Rose related, Woo Cup related later this year. Goodness gracious me, it never stops, does it? Over the Vanarama National League, but of course, because everywhere else it's bloody cobwebs or tumbleweed because it is international break. But of course, the Vanarama National League keeps on going, and of course, so do the games. So let's bring you back up to date with what happened this past weekend. In a second, of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. So let's get into it, of course, recapping the results from this past weekend. I think it was a full fixture list, so let's take a long look at it then, shall we? Of course, kicking it off with the top of the shop. It is Altrincham up against Aldershot at the back of the A's. And it was a 1-0 win for Altrincham. I went with a draw myself. Oldham, of course, new manager, Unsworth coming in, I believe. Shit show FC, though. 3-0 loss to Bromley. I went the other way. Dagenham, big 5-4 win over Barnet. 9-goal thriller. You don't see that very often, do you? 2-0 for me. Not too shabby there. Eastleigh with a big 1-0 win over Halifax Town. Of course, got the one bang on the nose. Woking with a big 2-0 win over Solihull Moors. I went with a 2-1. What a bloody pickup that was. Kicking on forward, Gateshead got a big win on the road as well. 1-0 win over Maidenhead. I went with a 0-0 draw. Meanwhile, Maidstone 2-1 loss to Chesterfield. And again, I called that one absolutely spot on indeed. Scunthorpe United with a 3-2 win over Dorking. I went with a draw, so not too great there. Deadpool FC coming up soon, but it is Southend. Big winners for them over Wealdstone at Wealdstone. Big 1-0 win for them. Of course, there it is. 6-0 drubbing by Wrexham over Torquay. I went with a 3-0 double it, and you got it bang on the nose. Meanwhile, Yeovil could only muster a draw against Boreham. I went with an away day victory. And of course, Notts County, big win for them. 3-1 win over York. 2-1 for me. And that puts them in a pretty good position right here, right now, as we look at the league. Here it is. Of course, Chesterfield are remaining top of the pops, yet to taste defeat. 24 points though on the board, just 1 point ahead of course, Wrexham, who are, of course, a couple of points over Notts County. You've got to keep an eye on those guys. They are, of course, within striking distance. There's Bournemouth, Bromley, Solihull Moors, and Woking making up the power 7. Then going down at the moment, Scunthorpe, Halifax, Altrincham, and Torquay. But it's still got a whole host of games still to be played over in the Vanarama National League. But anyway, let's get, of course, take a look at how you guys got on with our own little mini prediction league. Here it is. James B. City, our great Weller, Frosty, and Shane O'Donnell up there with 7 points. So well done to you guys for kicking ass this past week. But what's that done to the overall table? We'll take a bloody look. Shane O'Donnell kicking ass with 54 points on the board there. Weller and Watton up there with 52. Then the chasing pack. Of course, if your name's in there, make sure you smash the old thumbs up. If you don't see your name in there, we'll get predicting, of course, because the link is right here. Cutley Forecast Non-League. It is 100% free. Get your name in lights and see if you can flex with the best of them. Anyway, we're going to take a look at the next round of games, which are, of course, coming at you this weekend. All starting on, of course, the 1st of October. Kicking it all off at the top of the hour. It will be Aldershot up against Wealdstone, of course, coming at you on October the 1st. Pitch of the 5 times to 2018. 2 was Aldershot, 1 for Wealdstone, and we've got 2 draws. Of course, Aldershot winning 2 of the last 6, 33% form for them. Against the Wealdstone side, just without a winning 5 now, 50% form for them. 1-1 lost 1 and drawn 4. Last round at Aldershot was a 3-1 win for Wealdstone back in May 2022. Of course, Aldershot coming to us on the way that 1-0 loss against Altrincham with Wealdstone losing to Southend United. I've got basic odds, I've got no odds, absolutely 0 odds on this. So we're going with my gut. And my gut says, what does it go with? That goes with a victory for the hosts here. 2-1 win for Aldershot, taking the 3-pointers and moving up the ladder. They need, of course, some results, don't they? Of course, that could actually see them go up as high as 14th in the bloody table. Next up, of course, we have Boreham up against Maidstone. About, see, there it is. It is actually the late kickoff on this match day, match number 12. That's actually taking place at around about 5:20 over in the UK. Played each other 11 times since 2013. 7 wins for Bournemouth, 3 for Maidstone. We've got 1 draw. Of course, Bournemouth unbeaten in the last 7 games. 75% form for them right now, up against Maidstone without a win in 4. 42% form for them moving forward. Last time around, though, in the league at Bournemouth was the 1 win for Maidstone back in December 2018. Of course, Maidstone did lose to Chesterfield 2-1 last time around, with Bournemouth picking up a draw. It's actually been back-to-back draws for them, but unbeaten, of course, like I said, in the last 7 games. Of course, no odds again. I don't know why, but I am recording this very, very early. But I'm going to go with, of course, a home victory here. 2-0 win for Bournemouth. 3 points in the bag, and that could actually see them go, 22 points up to 3rd in the bloody table. table. They're in the mixer as well. They were thereabouts that last season, weren't they? But they fell off the face of the earth towards back in the season after their cup run. Dorking up against Dagenham in that battle of the D's. That's right, never played each other, these two sides, according to my knowledge, in recent times anyway. Of course, Dorking, though, 33% form for them right now. 2 wins the last 3. Up against the Dagenham side, of course, won 3, lost 3 over the last 6. 50% form for them moving forward. Dagenham with a big 5-4 win over Barnet. 9-goal thriller it was. They've actually scored 9 goals themselves in the last 2 games combined. Up against the Dorking side, of course, who've scored 5 goals in the last 2 games combined, but come into this on the back of the 3-2 loss against Scunthorpe. Got no odds here once again, but of course, Dagenham, where are you in the league? Dagenham, of course, coming at you. Where are they? Where are they? They're, of course, in a 12th spot. As for Dorking, they're into 13th spot. Big mid-table crunch clash, of course, and both of them aiming for a win to get themselves in the mixer for their playoffs indeed. I'm back, and of course, a 1-0 win for Dorking here. 3 points in the bag, and again, up the ladder they go. Next up, of course, we have Barnet. They're taking on York, of course, over in Barnet. Picture the 6 times 2004. 3 wins for Barnet, 2 for York, and 1 draw. Just 1 win to 6th for Barnet right now. Of course, sitting in 10th spot up against the York side, sitting in 9th. Of course, 67% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat of the past 6 games, so they're moving forward. Of course, last time around, though, over in Barnet, it was a 3-1 win for Barnet back in October 2015. That was back in the EFL. That was in League 2, of course. Barnet picking up a 5-4 loss against Dagenham. Of course, York with a big 3-1 loss against Notts County. The last victory was at home against Bromley, so it's been a while since they were victorious. And again, got no odds here. Going to back, of course, a draw here. 1-1 draw. But again, both sides in and amongst it, down in mid-table in 9th and 10th. So they kind of evened each other out there, none the same. Kicking off forward is Chesterfield, of course, flying high, top of the table, up against Maidenhead. Of course, coming at you in 18th spot right now. Played each other 7 times since 2018. But get this, the stats go in favour of Maidenhead. They've actually won 5 of the 7. Chesterfield just the 1, and there's been 1 draw. However, Chesterfield coming to this unbeaten the last 12 games. We get 5 wins the last 6. 92% form for them right now. Maidenhead just 1 win the last 6. 25% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, over in Chesterfield, it was in fact a 1-0 win for Chesterfield back in March 2022. Prior to that, though, it was Maidenhead all the bloody way, winning 4 of the last 5. Chesterfield, though, picking up a 2-1 win over Maidstone. Of course, Maidenhead with a big 1-0 loss to Gateshead, of course, moving into this one. Again, got no odds here, but you've got to back the leaders here. 3-1 win for them, 3 points in the bag, and remaining tip at the top of the table. Kicking on forward, it is Gateshead up against Eastleigh, coming at you over in Gateshead in the north east. Played the 12 times in 2013. 4 wins for Gateshead. I don't know what accent I'm doing. 5 wins for Eastleigh and 3 draws as well. Gateshead just 1 defeat past 4 for them. 42% form over the last 6. Eastleigh the same. 42% form over the last 6, winning 2 of the last 6 games as well. Last time around over in Gateshead, it was a 1-0 win for Eastleigh back in September 2018. Eastleigh actually won 3 of the last 4. Of course, so looking at okay, in fact, just 1 defeat past 6 against Eastleigh over the last 6 occasions. Eastleigh, though, with a 1-0 win over Halifax. Gateshead with a 1-0 win over Maidenhead. And again, got no odds. Back Gateshead, though, at the north east. There's a long way to go for the Eastleigh fans, if any, to make that trip up there. But 2-1 win for me for Gateshead all the bloody way. Kicking off forwards, Halifax Town, who are struggling up against Woking, who are doing pretty good for themselves, into 7th spot in the table. Played each other 26 times since 2002, 8 wins apiece, and we've got 10 draws as well. Woking, though, 58% form for them right now, just 1 defeat past 5, up against the Halifax Town side, back-to-back defeats, 42% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, over in Halifax Town, it was a 2-1 win for Halifax. That was back in March 2020, April 2022. In fact, they've won 3 on the spin against Woking, of course, with the last defeat stretching all the way back into March 2020. Woking with a 2-0 win over Solihull Moors, and of course Halifax Town with a 1-0 loss against Eastleigh. Got no odds right here right now, but of course my odds are in my jeans. My jeans go with a Halifax draw here. 1-1 in the end, point split right down the middle. What do you think about that? Kicking on forward is Notts County, of course, flying high themselves up against the Altrincham side, who of course are doing pretty shitty at the moment, of course, but they're not corns over at Notts County. On October the 1st, played the 5 times in 2020, 3 wins for Notts County, 1 for Altrincham and 1 draw. Just 1 defeat past 6 for Notts County right now. Looking okay, 83% form for them right now. Altrincham, though, just 1 win at last 6. Of course, 33% form for them moving forward as well. Last round, though, over in Notts County was a 3-0 win for Notts County back in May 2022. They played each other 3 times last season, and Notts County winning their last 2. Meanwhile, Altrincham with a 1-0 win over Aldershot in the Battle of the A's, with Notts County with a big 3-1 win over York, of course, heading into one. Again, got no odds, but I'm going to go with, of course, Notts County. They're flying high in the 21st spot right now. Potentially, they could actually go top of the pops, depending on what goes on elsewhere. They need a lot of luck for that to happen. Meanwhile, Oldham up against Wrexham, of course, at Boundary Park. It is Unsworth up against Parkinson in the dugouts. Played for the 6th time to 2003. 5 wins for Wrexham, nothing for Oldham. 1 draw, of course. Just 1 win in 5, though, for Oldham right now. 42% form for them right now. Wrexham unbeaten in the last 7 games, picking up 5 wins and a draw to boot. 92% form for them over the last 6. Last time around, though, over at Oldham was in the league. Get this was back in August 2004. It was a 1-0 win, a 3-2 win for Wrexham it was. But Wrexham coming to on the back of a 6-0 win over Torquay, back-to-back clean sheets for them up against the Oldham side, who did lose to Bromley, but of course under new management, still trying to oil the train here. 2-1 win for me though for Deadpool FC, and again keeping the heat on Chesterfield and of course Notts County at the top of the table. Next up, of course, is Solihull Moors up against Bromley. Let's get into the deep end on this one, coming at you as well. Same day, same kickoffs as the majority of them. 13 times they played since 2016. 7 wins to Solihull Moors, 5 wins to Bromley, and we've got 1 draw. Of course, Solihull Moors, 2 defeats to the last 6. 58% form for them right now. Bromley, though, winning 4 of the last 6 games. 67% form for them right now. They are A-OK. It's a 5th, of course, with Solihull Moors into 6th. It's a bit of a crunch clash at the top of the table. Coming at you, though, last time round at Solihull Moors was a 3-0 win back in May 2022. The away sides only won once of the last 6 between these two sides, but Bromley with a big 3-0 win over Oldham, back-to-back clean sheets, and of course scored 6 goals in the last 2 games combined up against Solihull Moors side, who haven't won in the last 2 games. A draw and a defeat on the recent agenda for those two, for that side there, of course. Gut coming at you at Solihull Moors. My all for this one again in my gut. My gut says Solihull Moors with the victory here. 2-0 win, bounce back ability, and of course keeping the heat at the top of the table. Into the final 2 it is now. It is Southend United up against Yeovil, coming at you at Roots Hall. These two sides played each other 16 times 2003. 5 wins for Southend, 9 for Yeovil, and we've got 2 draws. Southend though back-to-back games now without a loss. 42% form over the last 6. Meanwhile Yeovil 50% form for them right now. 1-1 lost 1 and drawn 4 heading into this game over at Roots Hall. Last time around though that these two sides played each other at Roots Hall was last season at the National League, and it was January 2022. 2-1 win it was for Southend. Southend picking up a win over Wealdstone. Back-to-back games, of course, back-to-back clean sheets for them as well. Yeovil with of course 3 draws in succession, drawn with Eastleigh, Chesterfield and Boreham. But this one's a crunch clash at Roots Hall, and I'm back in Southend to get the victory. 2-1 win for them and continue their recent run of events. And then wrap it up is Torquay up against Scunthorpe United. That's down at the southwest, of course, taking place this coming Saturday. 5 times they played since 2003. 1 win for Torquay, 3 for Scunthorpe, and 1 draw. Just 1 win and 6 for Torquay right now. 25% form right. I've got heading into they are bottom of the league up against the Scunthorpe side, who are also in the relegation zone. 33% form for them, unbeaten in the last 3 games though heading into this. Last time around though over in Torquay was in League 2. It was a 1-0 win for Scunthorpe back in April 2014. Goodness gracious me, but Scunthorpe coming to us on the back of the 3-2 win over Dorking. Like I said, unbeaten in the last 3 games. Of course, drawing with Altrincham, York, and picking up the victory over Dorking. And of course, Torquay with a bit of a drubbing by Deadpool FC last time around. But odds on this one, tight, airtight. Going to go with a 1-1 draw. Point split right down the middle. I think Torquay will be happy just to end the rot there. Scunthorpe will also be quite happy of continuing that unbeaten run over the last 3 or 4 games. But that is it, guys. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. And as you can see, no major movement at the top or the bottom. It's pretty much as you were. It is pretty much as you were in the league. So make sure you get your picks in, of course, using the link cut4national.league, and we'll be back, of course, for the next round of games very, very soon. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell. If you're a National League supporter of a team in the National League, make sure you smash the old thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Of course, we'll be back for some more action very, very soon.